Hello everyone. So today we are here to study about buoyancy. This is a very important topic of class 9 CBSE and state boards. Okay, so let's try to explore this topic. So as you can see over here, there are two videos. In first video, as you can see, some aquatic creatures and bottles are floating over the water nearby river. And same way, in the second video, you can see that a bottle is floating near the algae, right? So in both the videos, what common conclusion we can see, that is nothing but a buoyancy. So buoyancy is the real phenomena that we are observing, right? As you can see over here, that there are some hot balloons that is flying in the sky. So here you can see that the balloon is floating in the air, right? Same way, if you see, there is a plastic ball which is floating in the beaker. So what is the meaning of buoyancy? What is the scientific definition for buoyancy? So it is nothing but the upward force that is exerted by fluids. What is meaning of fluids? It can be any of the liquid or gas that is opposing the weight of partially or fully immersed object. So what this fluid is trying to do? It is trying to oppose the gravitational force. Means this buoyant force is always existing in the opposite direction to that of the gravitational force. And yes, this force is upthrust force. This is the exact definition. That is upthrust force. What is meaning of up? Up का मतलब होता है upward side. Thrust का मतलब होता है 90 डिग्री पे कोई भी force का existence होना. Right? So finally concluding the definition, that is the force which is exerted by a fluid opposing the weight of partially or fully immersed object. Okay. So what it means? So in order to understand in depth, if we see there is a beaker that is filled with water, we have taken two objects, that is rubber cork and iron nail. So it's quite obvious that iron nail will sink and rubber cork will. But what's the reason for this? So the reason is the density of rubber cork is quite less than density of water. And that's the reason rubber cork is floating on the surface of the water. While in the depth, iron nail, as you can see over here, iron nail is getting sink. So the reason is iron nail's density is more. The mass of iron nail is also more, right? So as mass of iron nail is quite higher than the water, definitely iron nail will sink beneath the water. So that's the reason iron nail is sinking while a rubber cork is floating on the surface. Now, what conclusion it leads us? So we can see clearly that if density of any object is quite behind the density of water, or the value of density is quite less than the water for an object, then that object will float. Why it floats? This clearly gives us idea that buoyant force, that is upthrust force, is winning than the gravitational force. Now let's think opposite to it. So why iron nail was sinking? So density of object is more than density of water. That means gravitational force is leading than the buoyant force, and as a result object is sinking. So this is all about a simple concept known as buoyancy. So concluding, what is the meaning of buoyancy? It's an upthrust force that is exerted by a liquid, and it always opposes the weight of an object. That means it will be opposing our gravitation. Thank you for hearing.